Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to put together my first top 10 for Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed. We're going to work through them, and I'm going to explain to you where to get them and why they landed my top 10 this first time around. But first, before we do, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. All right, so this is my top 10 list. This is strictly my opinion. These are the characters, the minifigures that I feel are the best in the game right now, and there's a couple different things that I look at. I look at how much damage they do. I look at synergy amongst other minifigures when you take a look at putting them into a team, and just their general usage overall. So I think this list here is pretty solid. I think there's probably going to be some moving parts the next time I do this list because some recent changes, and I'll go through those as we work through the different minifigures. So I'm just going to start at the top, work my way to the bottom. This is in no particular order. So first, let's go ahead and start off with Jester Gogo. Jester Gogo is a fantastic castle minifigure. A lot of synergies with the Guarded Inn. And just a couple of things here that I really like. So this one right here, 150 damage to target foe, plus 10% damage for each buff on Gogo. Now you put Gogo in the right team. The team that I'm currently using him in right now works really well, and I get to rack up some nice buffs. You just do some additional damage there, which is really cool. Also, if the target is defeated, refresh the cooldown of Village Idiot, which is this right here. Village Idiot is great. It gets taunt for 2 turns, works really well with Guarded In. So when he taunts, he gives everybody a heal over time. I think it's for 2 turns now is where I have that one. So this works out really well. Now, as far as abilities go, I suggest maxing out his basic and his special. And then for his second special here, unless you have King Brutus, I would stop right here on number 4. And then this one right here, his passive, Dumb Like a Fox. Whenever Gogo takes damage, he has a 45% chance to heal the hero with the lowest health. That's another really good aspect of this minifigure. And you can really go without a main healer if you want, if you get this guy in the right team. And I'm going to go ahead and max this one out. Once I do that, we're going to add 5% chance to heal, 10% bonus chance, and then 5% bonus heal when Gogo gains taunt. Now, if we want to go ahead and find out where this guy is, you can find him in Pip Town on Chapter 4, H4. You can also find him in Chapter 3.7 of Monolith Waste. And then, of course, you can find him in these different bags. So he is very farmable once you get more in the mid game. So that is Gogo. Next is going to be Highwayman. Highwayman, massive damage. That's one of the main reasons I have. Also because the team I have him in just works really well synergistically with LLoyd. We'll talk about LLoyd here in a little bit. But Highwayman right here, let's go ahead and take a look at his kit really cool. 120% damage to target foe and has a 30% chance to inflict debilitate. Not really too worried about the tongue tie there. Debilitate. Right there, but it's just the massive damage that he does, especially when you do his special Ghosted. He gains stealth for 2 turns, critical damage up for 2 turns, and if Highwayman is already stealth, he also gains dodge up 2 for 3 turns. Again, that works really well with LLoyd and in the rotation that I have him in right now. And then his second special here, 115% damage to target foe and inflicts grit down, which is resistance, and plus 25% bonus damage if Highwayman has stealth, which you always want to make sure that this guy is stealth. All right, over here, his passive, whenever Highwayman has stealth, he also has plus 10% crit chance. And then whenever Highwayman gains stealth, he also gains speed up for 2 turns. So he's just got a lot of stealth buffs. He does massive damage, and he just works really, really well. He does have this ultimate here. 100% damage to target foe, 20% damage for each debuff on the foe. So not only does he work well with the team that I currently have him with, I don't have him really with a debuffing team, but you put him in with that, where you have a ton of debuffs on your opposing team, then you can do some additional damage with his ultimate there. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at where you can get him at Pip Town United, Chapter 4.H2, and you can get him in Pip Town Chapter 5.H3, and then obviously in the different various bags. So there's 2 areas that you can farm him. Again, more of a mid-game character, does very well. Probably one of the highest, him and another one, Firefighter Ash, probably the two minifigures that do the most damage single target. All right, Hiker. Now, here's one that he's going to go ahead and be in my top 10 now because he's worked so well. But in the recent nerf, they nerfed his hit points, they nerfed his attack, they nerfed a ton of his stats. He was a bit OP. He's a little bit squishier than he was, so I need a little bit more time with him. But he's one of the first minifigures that you get. You can use him for a very long time from early game all the way into late game. And to kind of go over what makes him so well, so he does some nice damage here. He has a 50% chance to increase his own pep by 20%, so that's his speed. His heal here is really great. Hero heals all heroes for 35% of Hiker's max health, so you want to make sure that that you keep up on buffing him and getting his gear level up, so you can have the most health possible, so that you can heal more. And then has a 40% chance to gain grit up for 1 turn. Now, if we take a look at this, he has a chance, 35% chance to grant the hero with the lowest health defense up for 2 turns. That is awesome. You got a 35% chance, and once that procs, it also is that helps with the team that I currently have him in, with the Guarded In. With the Guarded In, one of the abilities, the passives for the Guarded In, whenever a hero gets defense up, there's an effect there that you get as well. So really good healer. I'm gonna have to really think about the next time I do this this top 10. I think he might drop a few rungs, but right now he's going to be in my top 10. He works very well, and you're going to use him for a really long time. Where do you farm him? Let's go ahead and take a look. You're going to get him from Piptown 1.h3 and then Monolith Waste Chapter 1.6. So you're going to really farm this guy very, very early. All right, let's go to LLoyd. LLoyd, I'm thinking the next time I do a tier list, this guy might actually drop, because right now he is way overpowered, and the developers have already talked about a nerf that's coming for him, and in the way of a Ninjago rework they were talking about. So I'm thinking the Ninjago are going to get a nice little rework where they synergize much better together, and there may be an event coming, because there's a couple Ninjagos that are not available in game right now. So I'm thinking maybe an event. But what makes him so good is his dodge. Just right off the bat, it's his freaking dodge mechanic here. Does it show here what it is? His dodge chance to dodge and attack 25%, which is pretty good. So at 1 out of every 4 attacks he's going to dodge. But then you also have increased dodge stuff, right? So let's take a look at this. All right, so it's basic, 120% damage to target foe, and has a 50% chance to inflict accuracy down for 2 turns. You go ahead and continue to buff that up. Then you got a 120% chance and a 70% chance to inflict that accuracy down. If it's a critical hit, it's going to inflict clumsy, which is great, because once you inflict your opponent with clumsy, they're going to miss their next turn. He's also a self-healing tank. I do like self-healing tanks. I think it's pretty cool. Heals for 30% of his max health, then deals 55% damage to target foe. He does have a 40% chance to gain debuff immunity for 1 turn. If we go ahead and max it out, you can see you're going to add some damage, and then it's going to be a 50% chance for debuff immunity. Fantastic. And then this right here grants all other heroes stealth for 3 turns. If they are Ninjago, they also gain crit chance up for 3 turns. Removes stealth from LLoyd, and has a 75% chance to gain dodge up for 2 turns. If LLoyd has less than 70% health, then he also gains defense up for 2 turns. You take that up to level 5, you can see what you gain there. So if he stealth, and he does this, it removes that stealth, and then you have that dodge up chance. And this is the reason why he's a tank, not because he has taunt, but because he stealths everybody else. Nobody else has a chance to attack anybody on his team other than LLoyd. But yeah, he does really well. His damage isn't particularly fantastic. It's just his dodge that makes him so good. So I think we're going to see that come down quite a bit. All right, where are you going to get him? He's a little bit tougher. As you can see, the only place you can get him is in the shop. This is the arena shop that you can go ahead and get him, and other than the bags that you can open to get him. All right, that's 4. Let's go to Majisto. Majisto, the only way to get him is to do your dailies. So make sure not your dailies, but your achievements. Make sure to work through your achievement quests so you can unlock this guy. Fantastic guy, and it's because of this guy that I think I might be able to get rid of Hiker in my main team. But if we go ahead and take a look at this, a few things to note here. 100% damage to target foe. If the foe has 3 or more buffs, then 100% chance to clear one of those random buffs. In one of my videos, I was wondering why one of the buffs didn't come down. It's because I wasn't paying attention to that. that particular thing. So 3 or more buffs, then you're going to be able to remove one of those buffs. Not particularly massive on the damage, but being able to clear buffs, especially when you have a ton of buffs on the other side, which I've seen in my most recent, what was it? My most recent live stream, I think I saw it in. There was just massive buffs on the other side. All right, his special here, 150% damage to target foe, 75% chance to inflict clumsy. Again, the opportunity, anytime you have an opportunity to force your opponent to miss their next attack, that's just damage that you don't have to take. 5% chance for each active castle hero, if the target, plus 5%. And then if the target is a tech, he has a 100% chance to also inflict disarmed in 2 turns. This guy works in a number of different ones. A castle team, a techie team, and he's got a nice heal as well. Right here, select target hero. So the hero gains payback for 2 turns and heals 25% of their max health. If they are a King's Knight, a King's Court hero, then 75% chance to gain hardy. That's why I have him in with Gogo. They work really well together, and they play off each other very well. At the start of battle, Castle Hero's defense is increased by 30%, and King's Court Hero's speed is increased by 20%. Again, the synergy there with Castle and King's Court, increasing speed. In these turn-based games, whenever you have a chance to slow your opponents down or speed you up, stop them from attacking, give you more attacks, things like that, then obviously you're going to have more of an opportunity to win the battle. And the next level right there, look at that, we're going to get some speed, some defense. Plus 25% chance to heal. So that what's that going to take it up to? That's going to take it up to 100% chance. See, this is cool too. Whenever a hero counters, they have a 75% chance to heal 5% of their max health. Castle heroes have plus 3% bonus heal. Just works out really well. This right here, 150% damage and inflicts 2 stacks of damage over time for 2 turns and inflicts dizzy for 1 turn. So there are some nice debuffs there as well. And then deals 100% damage to all other foes. So this is a nice AoE attack as well. And like I said, you want to get him. He is found in the achievements. See achievements over here. Next is Firefighter Ash. Firefighter Ash along with Highwayman. Again, the 2 minifigures that probably do the most damage, single target damage. Now, one thing that's cool about Firefighter Ash is she does have an ability that does some splash damage. So we take a look at her. 80% damage to target foe. I don't have all these maxed out. If we max these out, we're going to do 100% damage to target foe. And on crit hit, has a 40% chance to increase her pep, so her speed. We're going to go straight to the passive really quick, because whenever a tank hero takes damage, Ash has a 35% chance to gain a stack of courage. Now this comes into play with her not her passive, but with her special here. Plus 10% chance if they are also a city hero. We max that out. You can see down here, 75% chance to gain 1 stack of courage. The courage comes into play right here. Let's see, deals 130% damage to target foe, plus 5% damage for each stack of courage on Ash, and then clear all stacks of courage from Ash. So just massive damage here. Well, let's go ahead and see that maxed out down here. So there you go, 170% damage. That's just huge. 20% damage for each stack. Also, you're going to get that well over 200%. So definitely, I would put it into the passive first on this one. That's kind of what I'm working on right now. And this right here, I like this. You do damage to your target foe, but you also do some splash damage there. 35% damage to all of the foes. We go ahead and max that out. Again, 125% damage. That's pretty good. Plus 60% damage to all foes. So almost a full 100% damage there. Let's see, taller the foes, and for each stack of courage, this ability has plus 10% chance to critically hit. So massive damage from her. She's absolutely awesome. She's a little bit tougher to get as well. If we go ahead and take a look at where you can get her, it's just from the shop. This is from the arena shop as well. So you got 2 minifigures that I would suggest farming out of the arena shop. Firefighter Ash and LLoyd. Okay, next is going to be Zane. We've done through what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's take a look at Zane. Zane is great. Ninjago character. He's got this ability here, so it does damage to target foe, inflicts dizzy. That works really well with Chicken Sukai when you do it when you use them really early on in the game. Having that dizzy is a stun, which is great again for turn-based games. His special here, 90% damage and does defense down, so it really helps against those against tanks and really to shred the tanks. Doesn't work so well against LLoyd since LLoyd is a dodge tank, but for the other tanks in the game, Having that increased damage to take him out quicker in the battle is absolutely great, especially in arena. And then he's got a 10% chance for each active Spinjitzu hero to inflict a vulnerable on his foe, which is awesome. If we go ahead and max that out, you can see the stats there, 110% damage, defense down 2. Now this one here, 40% damage to all foes. This is an AoE attack. Foes that have Dizzy are dealt the double damage, so that his basic works really well with this special. Also, if you put him in a team where other minifigures inflict Dizzy, then you're going to do massive damage to more than just one if you go ahead and you time your rotation right and everything there. We go ahead and max this out. 60% damage to all foes, and Zane gains critical damage up 2 for 2 turns, which is awesome. And then this one here, technically Zane, at the start of battle, Zane's skill is increased by 5% for each techie hero, and his critical chance is increased by 5% for each Spinjitzu. So I haven't really put him in a team for there. I mainly use him for his Dizzy and for his defense down to shred through the tanks. Works out really well. He's a little bit harder to get. You used to be able to farm him in nodes. You can't now. You have to get him from the mashup store. And the currency there, the mashup currency you get from doing monolith wastes. Those are 7. The next one I've really started working on is Locust. Locust is a really good tank, actually. I really like him. Plus, he just got a new ultimate, which is great. So let's take a look at his kit really quick. If we just go ahead and max this out, let's go down to 5. So he's going to do some. He does some decent damage, 100% damage to target foe, and has a 50% chance to grant skill up 2 for 2 turns to the hero with the lowest health. So nice little buff there. Take him to his special, maximize efficiency. Gains taunt for 2 turns and heals for 35% of his max health. Again, a self-healing tank. That's why I like the guy. Locust has a 50% chance to gain 1 stack of heal over time for 2 turns, plus 10% bonus chance for each active space hero. So obviously he's going to have a nice synergy with the space team. And the space team is used for an event. I can't remember which one right now, but they are used for a specific event. So love that. Self-healing tanks, big thing for me. And then next, right here, is his special here. Deals 90% damage to all foes and has a 100% chance to grant each active hero attack up 2. Very nice buff across your entire team. Get your damage buffed up pretty good right there for 2 turns. And then space heroes have a 100% chance to gain speed up for 2 turns to also gain. So if you got them on a space team, you're increasing your attack up and you're increasing your speed up. That's awesome. Next one here, his passive. So whenever Locust is attacked and has taunt, he has a 70% chance to inflict grit down, which again is resistance, on that foe for 2 turns, plus 5% chance per alien hero. And then his ultimate here. Can we go all the way down? There we go. Deals 50% damage to all foes and has a 100% chance to inflict attack down 2 on each foe for 3 turns, and a 50% chance to inflict disarmed on each foe for 2 turns, plus 20% bonus damage for each active alien hero. City of foes have a 100% chance to be inflicted with disarmed, and then all alien heroes gain defense up for... I mean, this is a fantastic ultimate here. Oh my gosh, inflicting attack down. You've got all sorts of stuff for this guy. I really, really like this guy. I'm a little bummed I didn't put into him early on, but I'm really kind of working on him now. So you go ahead and star him up. Find his tiles. So he's in a few different places here. A couple places in Piptown, Chapter 2, 8.h3, and Chapter 4.h1, and Monolith Waste, Chapter 3.5. Other than that, you can find him in a shop right there. That's the general shop there. 150 gem. I wouldn't recommend using 150 gems on that. I would just farm them out of those 3 nodes there, and then the rest are bags. All right, now we're going to go to 2 minifigures that I don't have. Now, taking a look at this list, and when I was putting it together, I took a couple things into factors. Like I said, it not only from my own experiences, how well they work together, but also taking a look at some other people's ideas and thoughts too in Discord and everything. And there's a couple that really came up that are really, really useful. Arctic Explorer Aurora, she's not fantastic on damage. If we take a look at this, she goes up to 100% damage, but she does inflict some dodge down. I think the biggest thing for her is going to be her revive. So right here, it heals a target hero for 50% of their max health. Again, that's not super fantastical either. But man, she is really, really good with her revive. Reassembles a random defeated hero and heals them for 30% of their max health. Reassembled city heroes also gain hardy, so buffing up. You're reviving them, and you're buffing them up as well. She's been used really well in arena, in the upper echelons of arena as well. And then brisk taker right here. Whenever a hero is defeated, Aurora's pep is increased by 40%, and she gains speed up for 2 turns. So I've seen her revive multiple times in a single battle, and some of these battles last quite a while. So for that alone, she makes the top 10, and she's really good in arena. Where can you farm her? I think she's in 1 node. So she's in 2 nodes. So Glyph Hunt, Chapter 5.h3, and Piptown United, Chapter 3.h4. So that is where you're going to find her. Finally is going to be a Yuppie. Take a look at this. So 100% damage to target foe. If Yuppie has 5+ stacks of Termination, he gains dodge up for 1 turn. We'll talk about Termination here in just a little bit. His special here, select a hero. That hero is inflicted with Overworked for 2 turns and is granted critical chance up 3 and for 3 turns and speed up 2 for 3 turns. So we got some nice buffing here, some crit chance, some speed up. Let's see, this one here, special, rent a figure, reassemble a random defeated hero and heal 30% of their max health, grab the hero hardy, and increase their pep by 50%. Again, similar to Aurora, resing a hero, adding hardy, increasing their pep, just to get them up and moving right away. That's freaking, I mean, again, those revives are insane. Here's Termination here. Whenever a hero is defeated, Yuppie gains 1 stack of Termination. For each stack of Termination, Yuppie's attack is increased by 9%. So, oh man, this guy is pretty good. I've seen him in action. I really need to get him unlocked. And then his ultimate here, deal 100% damage to target foe, plus 10% damage for each stack of Termination. Clears all stack of Termination on Yuppie. Then all active heroes assist for 50% damage. Your entire team is going to attack. That is awesome. And Yuppie is inflicted with Dizzy for 1 turn. That's a hell of an ultimate, so I'm okay. I can beat down Yuppie for 1 turn. But that's pretty cool too. I don't know if you've had a chance to see this guy in action, but he is pretty good. That is why he makes the top 10. So there you go, everybody. That's what I had for you today. A quick video, maybe not so quick, of the top 10 minifigures in Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed, both from my experiences as well as what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing from other people as well. So to go through them again really quick is going to be Jester Gogo, Highwayman, Hiker, LLoyd, Majisto, Firefighter Ash, Zane, Locust, Explorer Aurora, and Yuppie. So there you go, everybody. Really interested to hear your thoughts on these minifigures. Who are your favorite? Did any of your favorite make the top 10? All right, as always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. And if you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.